Hi guys, welcome to Nirmal's Codetech, and today we are going to see the problem in Geek for Geek is find maximum volume of a cuboid. Initially, they have said that they are going to give one perimeter and area as an input, and from that perimeter and area, we need to return the maximum volume of that formed cuboid. Okay, so for this case, first of all, I'm going to find what's the formula of perimeter of cuboid. So perimeter of cuboid is 4 into L plus B plus H. Okay. And area of cuboid is 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. And volume of cuboid is L into B into H. We are going to return the maximum volume. So in that case, we are going to return in terms of L into B into H in our program. Okay. So for second part is I'm going to find out from the area formula. I'm going to form and volume. Okay. This area formula we know that 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. So now what I'm going to convert it is that I'm going to keep the length as constant. Okay. I'm going to keep the length as constant. So keeping the length as constant, I'm going to bring everything in terms of L. Okay. So when I convert this area, I'm going to keep the length as constant. In the case, I'm going to move the right hand side. In my right hand side, I have BH. In my left hand side, everything in terms of A and L. So see, you can see here A by 2 minus LB minus HL is equal to BH. When you see this part, I said that initially that L is going to be an constant. Okay. Keep any one variable as constant. Either you can keep length as constant or breadth as constant. It's your wish. Okay. And most importantly, when you solve this equation, you'll get the value like this. A by 2 minus LB minus HL is equal to BH. Okay. Now we have formed a particular equation for area. So from this area formula, I'm going to substitute this in my volume. Okay. When I substitute in my volume, I'm going to get it as V is equal to L into BH. What is BH? In my previous equation, the BH is nothing but A by 2 minus LB minus HL. I'm going to substitute in this volume. So when I substitute in this volume, I'm going to get L into A by 2 minus LB minus HL. Okay, there is no problem in area and volume. From this area, I have formed an equation. After forming an equation, I substitute in the volume. So the volume equation is going to be like this. After this, what I'm going to do here is I am going to get the volume formula from perimeter equation. So perimeter of cuboid is 4 into L plus B plus H. From perimeter, I am going to same thing I'm going to do it as in my previous equation. How I kept length as constant. So length is going to be a single variable. So I'm going to keep it my left hand side and the rest hand side, my right hand side will be B and H. Okay. Now B plus H, I get the equation as P by 4 minus L. This is my sixth equation. So these are the steps how I have formed this equation. So only thing is you can able to see here I have divided it by 4. The reason for here is you can see that P equal to 4L plus B 4B plus 4H. So these are in this part 4 is common. I need to remove this 4 from this expression. For that case, I have been going to divide it by 4 in my both left hand side and my right hand side. So that's what I did here. So after this, I get the equation as P by 4 minus L is equal to B plus H. So after this, I'm going to substitute the same sixth equation in my volume of my previous equation. What? Fifth equation. In my fifth equation, I'm going to substitute this sixth equation. Okay. V is equal to L into A by 2 minus LB minus HL. So in this part, when I keep this L outside, my rest of the equation will be like B plus H. Okay. So L is common in LB minus HL. So I'm going to keep L as L in outside, and when I move on to this, I'll get B plus H. So in my previous equation, I got B plus H as P by 4 minus L. So this part will be substituted here. So once I substitute, I'll get my seventh equation. Okay. So after I got my seventh equation, you can see it is in the form of ax cube plus ax square, sorry, px square plus cx plus d. Okay, it is in this form. It is in this form of polynomial equation. Okay, I need to form a quadratic equation from this. Okay, the reason for forming quadratic equation is that when you see this equation, seventh equation, it is in this form of ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay, to form it to a standard form of equation, I need to convert in the standard form of equation. For that condition, I'm going to should be the equation form should be like ax square plus bx plus c. For that condition, I'm going to use differentiation. So you all guys have read this differential and calculus in your 12th standard. So same concept we are going to use here. So I'm going to do differentiation with respect to of L. Okay. So when I do with respect to of L, this L will get removed, a by 2 minus, and L square p by 4 will be calculated as 2L p by 4. Okay, so L square, we are going to differentiate this L. Okay, by differentiating V with respect to L. When I differentiate this, I'll get 2L p by 4 plus L cube. When I differentiate L cube, this part, I'll going to get 3L square by 1. Okay, after this, we'll get a by 2 minus lp by 2 plus 3l square. So it is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So from this eighth equation, we can able to apply our quadratic equation. Okay, we are going to apply our quadratic formula. So using this quadratic formula, we will get the value of L. Okay, so now our A is 3 and B is equal to minus P by 2 and C is equal to A by 2. So just like that, you apply here in this equation. After you apply, you will get it as P by, okay, P by P plus or minus square root of P square minus 24A by 12. Okay, this is the required equation. So for this case, I have showed the step-by-step solution how you can able to solve this quadratic equation. Okay, most importantly, this plus or minus is going to give you the output as whether the volume is going to be maximum or minimum. When you put plus, whether whether my volume is going to be maximum, or when I put minus, in that case whether my volume is going to be maximum or minimum. So for that condition, I'll show in my program. Okay, there is no problem in that. So after this, most importantly, in cuboid, one of the properties of cuboid is that at least two sides must be equal. Only when two sides are equal, in that case, we can able to say that it can able to form a cuboid. So using this property, I'm going to assign myself as length and breadth are going to be same. Okay. Reason here is at least two sides must be equal. So for that case, I'm going to keep length and breadth as equal. Okay. After this, my height. So find out the height. I'm going to use my previous equation, my sixth equation. In my sixth equation, let me show you the sixth equation. P by 4 minus L is equal to V plus H. From this, I'm going to form the equation for my height. Okay, my height is equal to P by 4 minus 2L. After substituting B is equal to L, I said that length and breadth are going to be same. So I'm going to convert this B into L. So when I convert B into L, I'll get it as L plus H. I'm going to move this to the left hand side. I'll get P by 4 minus L is equal to H. After doing this, I'll get P by 4 minus 2L equal to H. Okay. So finally, we got our length, breadth, and height. So length is going to be P plus or minus square root of P square minus 24 by A by 12, and breadth is going to be same as length. As I said that using the cuboid property, at least two sides must be equal. And my height is equal to P by 4 minus 2L. So only going to use this mathematical formula in our program, and we are going to return our maximum volume. Okay, this is full and full of mathematics, so it will be something hard to understand, but try to work it on your own and try to find out the answer. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my coding part. So we are going to return double, so that I'm going to double declare a variable double p. Let me keep it as perimeter as p, so it's something very big. Area as a. Okay, so now length is equal to, so we are going to use this formula p plus or minus square root of p square minus 24a by 12. Length is equal to p plus. See, either you can use plus or minus. It is going to be in two form. P plus square root of p square minus 24a by 12, and the second form is p minus square root of p square minus 24a by 12. So when you put plus here, whether you can get the maximum volume, or when you put minus here, in that case, whether you can able to get maximum volume. You need to check it for 2 times. Okay. After that, you need to print your maximum volume. Okay. So when I put plus here, plus math dot square root of p square minus 24 star a, okay, 24 star a, and divided by 12. Okay, divided by 12. Okay, this is my first case. So after this, I'm going to make that b is equal to L. I'm going to store the L value in my b. I said that length and breadth are going to be same. After this, I'm going to make my height is equal to p by 4 minus 2 star L. That's it. So after this, I'm going to return L star B star H. Okay. So let me compile and see whether we can get the maximum value or not. I got minus 0.17 when I used plus here. When this equation I used plus here, I got minus 0.17. Okay, what will happen when I put minus? So this is my second equation. So in this case, what I'm going to get here is, let me see. I got 3.02, which is equal to the expected output. So we are going to get the maximum value when our equation is like this: p minus math dot square root of p square minus 24a by 12. So our maximum volume is going to be when it's going to be in this case when I put minus. So this is our expected output. So let me submit and see. Okay, our program got executed successfully. Okay, I think round off to two decimal places for the given parameters, it is getting the answer is. Okay, by default, it is routing up to two decimal places. Okay, okay, let me see in our next video. Bye.